Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Jerry, Stephen Jones make it clear, they want Micah Parsons as part of Cowboys' future. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, and the entire front office, have had a clear vision for how they want to set up the core of their franchise, sign Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons to extensions. Last week in an interview with the NFL Network, Cowboys EVP Stephen Jones said this when asked if the Cowboys would be better off signing more middle-class players to extensions instead of high-end ones. "I think that's a balancing act that you always got to look at," Jones said. "Especially when you're good players get hurt and are not on the field. It totally magnifies the issue if you lose guys like Dak, and Diggs misses games, Zach Martin misses games, and it's going to magnify something like that. You're going to say, God, are we smart having this much money tied into the top 5 to 10 players?" With Parsons' deal looming, one that would likely be another large portion of the Cowboys' salary cap, some took that to mean that Dallas was hesitant about inking Parsons' extension and instead potentially looking at trade options for the All-Pro. Jerry Jones made it very clear that wasn't the case. Stephen Jones did not in any way say that Micah Parsons was an issue looking ahead at the future. Jones said on 105.3 The Fan, "That's never been uttered in this organization that we don't have a future with Micah Parsons." On Monday, Stephen Jones clarified his comments on Parsons as well, adding that the Cowboys' initial goal of signing their 3 core players was still intact. "We see Micah as a Cowboy for long-term," Stephen Jones said on 105.3 The Fan. "Like I said, all you've got to do is look at the football games and see what he does for us when he's healthy and out there making plays, and then have the vision of what he can be when we get guys back. We've said all along our goal here was to sign all 3 of those guys, and that's still our goal." The Jones family saying it is one thing, but Parsons himself has stated several times that he also wants to be a Cowboy for the foreseeable future as well. He understands the business side of the NFL, and regardless of what happens, he's still going to play like Micah Parsons. "I understand how that business side goes, no hard feelings in this business whether I'm here or anywhere else. Obviously, I stated how I wanted to be here, but at the end of the day I understand the business side," Parsons said following Dallas' win over the Panthers on Sunday. "I'm just happy to be here, and I'm just going to keep playing hard while I'm here, and if I'm here for the next 5 or 6 years, I'm going to keep playing hard then too." Much has been made about the upcoming off-season for the Cowboys and how they may be limited in what they can do because of their cap situation with Prescott and Lamb's deals signed, and Parsons likely to follow. Jerry Jones understands Dallas' situations and believes they can still navigate towards their ultimate goal of bringing another Super Bowl home. "Anybody that is paying the premium price for the quarterback has got some tightness and some frugality involved in their salary cap, period. That's the system," Jerry Jones said on 105.3 The Fan. Another aspect that goes into attaining a Super Bowl is the coaching staff, including head coach Mike McCarthy and defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer, whose contracts are up after this season. Jerry Jones added that the two may be tied together in the Cowboys' decisions going forward. "In a way I do, especially after the last ball games," Jerry Jones said of McCarthy and Zimmer on 105.3 The Fan. "You're beginning to see some of the best, but maybe the best is still ahead of us. I give them both high grades this year. And part of the high grade for McCarthy has been keeping his team together and playing hard, despite a 6-8 record and growing list of injuries each week continuing to pile on. I don't know how you cannot say that his team has shown that they'll handle adversity, and he can get you there with the injury situation impacting the availability of those players," Jerry Jones said. "I hate to keep repeating that, but it's so obvious, and yet, have that team playing at the level it's playing. A large part of the reason why the defense is playing better, and the Cowboys are still putting forth effort despite the circumstances of the season. Micah Parsons. And that's why he's such a priority for the franchise. If I were a fan, I'd listen to what Micah Parsons got to say because it's real informative and he enjoys the heartbeat of the team because he is in a way, a major part of the heartbeat of the team. Jerry Jones said. Cowboys urged to add $27 million Pro Bowler to replace Rico Dowdle. Just when you thought there was one area of the Cowboys roster that was, more or less, solved, here we go with the reminders that is not the case. Entering the season, the Cowboys' hole at running back was glaringly obvious, with Tony Pollard departing in free agency and the team failing to address the issue in the NFL draft. They also failed to address it in free agency, where Derrick Henry was said to be all but set to sign if the Cowboys made him a credible offer. No credible offer came, of course, and the Cowboys instead merely re-signed Rico Dowdle and brought back aged veteran Ezekiel Elliott. You know how it played out. Elliott was, and is, washed up. Dowdle, though, has shown he can be a useful back, now at 880 yards over 13 games, with a considerable chance to break the 1,000-yard mark despite being underused early in the year. In Dowdle's last 4 games, he has 478 yards on 84 attempts, and for Dallas, when Dowdle rushes at least 19 times, the team is 4-0. Still, the Cowboys' miserly approach in the spring of 2024 will be costly in 2025, as they gave Dowdle only a 1-year contract. He will be a free agent next spring, and will command much more than the $1.25 million he got this season. Whether the team brings back Dowdle or not, it is clear that the NFL has shifted in recent years to put more of an emphasis on the running game, which means the Cowboys will need to spend a bit more on the position than they have in the past. At Bleacher Report, the team is being advised to go after one of the top free agents on the running back market, Steelers star Najee Harris. Harris is an intriguing option since he had over 1,000 rushing yards and 22 rushing touchdowns during the first 3 years of his career. In 2024, he's averaging the second highest yards per game, 67.5, of his career and needs just 123 yards to break the quadruple-digit mark again. Plus, the former first-round pick will only be 27 in March. What do you think? Give your opinion in the comments, like and subscribe to the channel. See you later.